Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is, what's today? Today is April 8th, I think. It's 1:40 in the morning. I'm in the house. I was literally playing Assassin's Creed Mirage and I was falling asleep, even though I worked last night. And I was like, you need to get up, or you're gonna be asleep, and then you'll be screwed for tonight because I work tonight. But in one of my last videos that I think I uploaded like a month ago, someone was asking for an update on how my contract has been so far in Alaska. I'm not sure exactly what they wanted me to speak on. So I'm just gonna talk about how it's been, I guess, while I clean. So, where do I start? I don't know where to start, y'all. So, me and my friend Farron, we are both up here on this contract. We don't work. And so we originally got offers. Offers, I believe, December 20th for a contract that started January 29th. And so we went ahead and accepted, even though we weren't sure what all Alaska had to offer. I've been here before, and so I didn't really, and I knew I wanted to come back, and that was part of the reason why I went ahead and got my Alaska license. But I didn't realize I'd be back so soon. But anyway, so our contract started January 29th. We got to Alaska January 27th. And our contract ends April 27th. So I'm really excited because our contract ends in 3 weeks. Trying to not count the days down because honestly, this contract has been a good one. The floor wasn't anything too crazy. We work on the, dang, I even need that second wipe. We're working on the medical oncology floor at the hospital that we work on. There's two pretty big hospitals, and we're in Anchorage, and we work at one of them. And so, yeah, it's been all right so far. I guess I can just tell y'all what other travelers would, I guess, tell you guys if they were rating a hospital. So the charting system that they use is Epic. The ratios are 1 to 5. Sometimes you have 4 patients. Most of the time you have 5. 1 to 5. There are CNAs or PCTs on the floor. I believe the unit is a 46 bed unit. Maybe like 12 of them being the oncology side. I'm not oncology certified, or I'm not chemo certified, so I don't deal with the oncology patients. Now, I have had patients that have cancer, but that's not their primary reason for them being in the hospital. They come into the hospital for something else, like pneumonia or cellulitis or, I don't know, COVID. And then part of their history is that they do have cancer, but they're either in remission or they're not currently being treated for chemo. Otherwise, they'd be on the other side of the floor. Scrub color is any color, so you could wear black, you could wear green, you could wear peach, white, black, I already said black, brown. You just can't wear purple scrubs because purple at this hospital is like linked to the psych part, and I don't know where the psych floor or whatever is in the hospital, but if you wear purple, then they're assuming that like you need to be on the psych floor. And I think the patients wear purple scrubs. Like I got a patient yesterday and she had purple scrubs on, and we changed her scrubs because she wasn't on the psych floor anymore. So yeah, that's the scrub color, the patient ratio, the charting. Alaska has been nice. It's been, it's been cold. but it's not terrible. It's outside, and it sounds terrible, but the week that we got here, it dropped as low as like -20 with a high of like -7. And so I really didn't take this trash out. It smells terrible. Um, and so it's been 25 degrees up here. It is cold because I'm from Dallas. We're from Dallas, Texas. So it is cold, don't get me wrong, but it's like a dry cold. It's not really wet outside. Um, it was, especially when we got here, like the snow was really like, it reminded me of like powdered sugar. It was like really fluffy. It's like the snow that like you want to go outside and frolic in. It's that kind of snow. Lately, it has been melting because it has, I guess, spring has started. It hasn't fully arrived in Alaska because it definitely snowed 2 days ago. I'm my car. It's all good. But it has been getting warmer. It's rained like twice, and like each time it rained, we were like, "Is that rain? Is that rain?" Because it's been you know in order for it to freeze and snow, it has to be below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 31 degrees, and it hasn't really been above 30 since for the whole time that we've been here. So when it rained, we were like, "Oh my gosh, it's raining and not snowing," and we were like, "Oh yeah, it's because it's 37 degrees outside." So that's cool. I haven't seen the Northern Lights yet. I know Farron wanted to go to Fairbanks, but I didn't mind going, but I didn't have. I'm trying to pay for my Korea trip, and so, and then our I don't know, like we looked up flights, and flights were kind of expensive, and we already don't have a car. Our cars are in Texas, so there's that. Um, Another thing about Alaska, because we got here in the wintertime, it was dark. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's gonna be dark all the time," and I was like, "Yeah, we would." When we first got here, January 27th, like the sun would set at like 4 p.m. or like 4:30 or something like that. So when we would leave to go to work, because we were on a night shift schedule, leave the house at like 6:40. So when we would leave, it'd be dark outside, and then when we would get off in the morning, it'd be dark outside, and that was fine. And then maybe in February, it started getting lighter, and so now, like, it gets light around 7 in the morning, and it stays like light until like 8 p.m. now. So Alaska is their daylight hours are very interesting in the sense that like in the winter is like they have more darkness during the day, or they have more darkness over a 24-hour period, and then in the summer months they have more sunlight than darkness in a 24-hour period. The nurses keep telling me that, like, oh yeah, if you stay till the summertime, then our summer solstice, which I think they said is the longest summer day or the shortest day, I really don't remember. But one of the days in June, it's like daylight outside for like 20 hours of the day, or like 21 hours. So like you'll go outside, it'll be midnight, and it'll be bright outside. And so I'm like, I don't know about that. But yeah, all has been fine. For a while there, we were losing sleep because it was getting light so early and it was waking us up. And for a while, I wasn't sleeping, and that was terrible. But then I had about 4 days off, and like the third day of me being off, I started sleeping again. So that was great. My schedule here has not been the best. They say that they are a self-scheduling hospital, like our floor or whatever. And the people that work there, I think, can make their own schedule, but the travelers don't, because I don't know. They said they're self-scheduling, but they made our schedule for while we were in orientation, and then sent it to us. And my schedule's been like pretty ugly to me. I'm very grateful to have a job. I'm grateful to be able to travel and to come to Alaska and try something new. But at the same time, I'm still a person, and I need enough sleep. And I'm not the same as everybody else. Some people can go without sleep. That's not me. Okay, I sleep. Okay, I like sleeping. And so essentially, I'll insert a picture of what my schedule looked like for February and for March. But essentially, from like February 8th to like March 10th, I was at the hospital like every day, every other day, or every like 2 days. I also submitted to like have every other weekend off, and I worked every weekend in March essentially, except for Easter weekend. And so I don't know. I it's definitely made me be like, oh yeah, for my next contract, I will be getting every other weekend off, or I'm not taking it. Because for me, I love going to church, and we found a church up here that we go to. I haven't been often because I've been working every Saturday night and Sunday night, so you're asleep during the day. I haven't been able to go that often, and I've missed a few of their events because they've had me working every weekend. But like when I'm at home, like I love to be involved in church and do things, and it's like that's like not a thing. Even if the church was having more events, like I couldn't go because I had to go to work. So I don't know. So there's that. Um, Another thing, like I mentioned, like my car's in Texas. After we accepted, or maybe right before we accepted our offer, I looked to see how much it would cost. I only looked in one place, so maybe I just didn't look all that well. But the one place that I did look, they quoted me that it would cost about $3,600 to ship my car to Alaska, and that was I would have had to drive my car from Dallas to Seattle, Washington, because that's where their port was, and then it would have cost $3,600 to ship it from Seattle to Anchorage. And so I was like, "There's no way." And at the time, like when we got this contract, I already like didn't have money really. I still don't have money either because I'm paying for a Korea trip, but we'll get it together. We'll get it together when we come back from Korea. And so it's just like, I don't know. I was like, I don't have that money. And then even Farron had looked up to see how much it was going to cost to rent a car, and it would have been around like $1,250 that we each would have had to pay. It would have been around $2,500 for like the 3 months that we needed a car. And I was unsure of the driving conditions, how icy it would be. Do people slide? Do they clear the roads? Because in Dallas it doesn't snow like that. We get half an inch of snow and the whole city shuts down. There's no school. There's no bread at the store. Like the milk is locked down. Like we just it's not coming from the same environment. And so I was like, you know what? It might be cheaper to just Uber and Lyft. And so it would have been nice to have our own car, because then, we could just leave. We have the independence to go to the store. It's not like, oh, we need to go to the grocery store. It's going to be $10 to drive 2 miles down the street down there, and then another $10 to come back. So there's definitely pros and cons to being in Alaska, or even like if you were going to work somewhere where you can't drive there. Like you can drive to Alaska, but you got to drive all the way through Canada. And if you're unfamiliar with driving on ice and snowy conditions, I wouldn't recommend driving through Canada, because it's not like the rest of the US. Like the stops for gas can be hundreds of miles apart. So like it's just, I wouldn't recommend it. Now I know some nurses up here that did drive, but they had their whole family, or they had, another person helping them drive, or for me, it's going to be a no. So we flew in. And so for me, this has really felt like a travel contract because we had to fly here. But yeah, so that's essentially it. I didn't know what other updates to give. But I'm excited that my contract is coming to an end. Like I said, grateful for this opportunity. Probably going to let my Alaska license lapse, though, because I don't really plan on coming back here to work. Like, I wouldn't mind coming to the floor and working again, but in terms of traveling, I want to go somewhere new for each contract. Like, I don't want to just stay at the same hospital in the same state all the time. And I'm actually, I, I have plans to buy a house next December. So I feel like if that plan and that dream is able to come true and able to happen, then I feel like once I buy a house next year, then I really do plan on getting out of med surg for once and for all, hopefully, and trying out a different specialty, because I really just med surg is, you see a lot, you learn a lot. It can be entertaining, but it it also burns you out very quickly. Just because of the things you see and how you don't have all the resources you need. And so let me know if that answered your questions, if it didn't answer your questions, if you want another video about something else. I haven't really done much in Alaska because, like I said, I don't have a car, and I've worked like all the weekends that I've been here. So like, I don't know, I've gone bowling with the church. I've taken some pictures on one of the highest peaks. I've been to dinner a few times. I've been to Target a lot and bought a lot of outfits that I hope you guys see in Korea. They're really just the same dress in a bunch of colors, but that's fine. And that's really it. I haven't really left the house like that this contract, but I didn't really leave the house. Well, that's not true, because my last contract, I went on a cruise and I went to Vegas, so I guess I was doing more there too. But yeah, let me know if you want another video about something else. I do plan on vlogging or making videos in Korea. I'm very, very, very excited to go. And I plan on doing like a pack with me, making it through the airport, showing you guys like what my hotel looks like, what the school looks like, what my dorm room is going to look like all of those things, taking you guys with me for, field trips and activities and all of those great things. So thank you for watching, and I hope I answered your questions. Bye.